Arsenal can kill two birds with one stone by signing next Jurrien Timber. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta has already made it clear that he's open to the prospect of strengthening his squad in the January transfer window due to the number of injuries the club have battled this season. Pinching the player from the crosshairs of your Premier League title rivals, whilst also strengthening your own squad for both now and the future. Feyenoord right-back Givairo represents the perfect buy for Arsenal this winter. It's important to stress that at this moment in time, there is nothing concrete to suggest the Gunners are preparing a move for the 19-year-old. However, Gunners scouts have watched Reed, and while there's recognition within industry circles that the defender looks likely to join Manchester City or Bayern Munich, Arsenal should be considering a shock swoop. In his homeland of the Netherlands, Reed has drawn comparisons to Gunners' stalwart Jurrien Timber. His all-action displays, defensive solidity and motoring runs up the right flank have been a huge asset throughout a difficult campaign for a Feyenoord boss Robin van Persie. Timber has become an Eredivisie star relatively quickly, and he looks destined to join one of Europe's top clubs in one of the next two transfer windows. Arsenal are not crying out for full-back cover, but given Timber and Ben White can also play at centre-back, it's a signing that would make a lot of sense amid a plethora of injuries. Plenty of Arsenal's recent transfers have been for the here and now as they look to finally end their grueling wait for a first Premier League title since 2004. But it's also equally important they continue building for the future, and Reed is a profile that ticks so many boxes. His energy is relentless, and his long raking passes and crosses have already brought great joy and excitement to Rotterdam. While Reed is currently sidelined with a hamstring issue, he's expected to be back to full fitness within a matter of weeks. Arteta is keen to strengthen his squad should the right opportunity arise, having recently claimed, "So the window is there, we are Arsenal, and we have to be looking at it. Okay, what do we need? And we have to be actively looking. And then can we do it or not? That's a different story." The Holland U21 international will not cost a premium, however. It won't be long before he does. City are said to be lining up a move, and given they desperately need a right back, it wouldn't be a surprise to see them strike for Reed next month or in the summer. But Arsenal should give serious consideration to muscling in on the move, because not only does it disrupt City's transfer plans, but they would be landing one of the best young fullbacks in European football circles. White's long-term Gunners' future is in doubt, and there's a sense sporting director Andrea Berta might consider strengthening at right back this summer. So why not fast-track those plans by signing a teenage gem with huge room for development? Arsenal's final Premier League test of 2025 is set up to be one of their biggest, as the league leaders welcome third-placed Aston Villa to the Emirates Stadium on Tuesday night. Mikel Arteta's side cling to top spot ahead of the start of the new year, sitting above the rest with 42 points after 18 fixtures played. Villa are just 3 points behind, 2 places lower in the standings, with Manchester City sandwich it between them. Victory would stamp down Arsenal's credentials as the early favourites to win the Premier League, though more points dropped would significantly loosen their grip. Unai Emery's team already beat them in a reverse fixture at Villa Park, as part of the visitors' ongoing 11-game winning streak in all competitions. Now they face off again in North London, where both have several injuries and absentees to contend with. Whoever is able to work past their troubles will give themselves the best chance of victory to head into 2026 full of confidence for the second half of the campaign. Both managers have provided full updates ahead of the clash. Riccardo Calafiori is a major doubt for Arsenal versus Aston Villa after he was pulled out of Arteta's starting 11 to face Brighton in the warm-up. The boss clarified, "It's something that he felt yesterday, something very awkward that happened, and today in the warm-up he wasn't comfortable." Like Calafiori, Jurrien Timber suffered a problem in training ahead of Brighton. The Dutch defender landed awkwardly, according to Arteta, and was therefore absent at the weekend and remains a major doubt to return. Kai Havertz is nearing a return from an injury for Arsenal, with Arteta previously saying would be a matter of days before the German international return to action. Still, he's yet to be risked.